When most of us think about a quarter, we probably don't expect it to be anything more than just a simple coin for everyday use. But what if I told you that a quarter from the year 2001 could be worth far more than just 25 cents? Yes, you heard that right. Some of the 2001 quarters are actually worth thousands of dollars, and today, we're going to dive into why these seemingly ordinary coins are attracting so much attention from collectors and investors alike. The 2001 quarter was part of the United States Mint's 50-state quarters program, a collection of coins that began in 1999 and ran through 2008. This program was designed to celebrate each of the 50 states, with each quarter featuring a unique design that symbolizes something significant about that state. In 2001, 5 quarters were released to represent the states of Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Each of these designs had its own special significance, with the coins serving as a tribute to the history, culture, and natural beauty of these states. But while the design of the 2001 quarters is certainly impressive, it's not just their historical and artistic value that has collectors excited, it's the rare errors that can occur during the minting process that can cause these coins to skyrocket in worth. That's where things get interesting. You see, while most 2001 quarters are worth their face value, there are some out there that are worth much, much more due to specific minting errors that occurred during production. These errors, which include things like double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks, make certain 2001 quarters incredibly rare and highly valuable. Let's break down some of these potential minting errors and see how they can turn a simple quarter into a rare collector's item. One of the most valuable errors to look for is the double die. A double die error happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, creating a blurry or doubled effect on certain parts of the image or text. For a 2001 quarter, you might find that the lettering, such as Liberty or In God We Trust, appears doubled or blurry. In some cases, even the date 2001 might have a double image. This kind of error is highly prized by collectors, as it makes the coin a unique, one-of-a-kind item. Another type of error that can increase the value of a 2001 quarter is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned with the press during the minting process, causing the design to be struck off-center. An off-center quarter might show only part of the design, or the design may appear in an unusual place on the coin. The more extreme the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins with off-center strikes are often considered a fascinating and rare anomaly, and collectors will pay a premium for these unique pieces. Die cracks are yet another type of error that can significantly increase the value of a coin. A die crack occurs when there is a small crack in the coin die, the tool used to stamp the design onto the coin. When a coin is struck with a die that has a crack, that crack can leave a visible mark on the coin's design. A die crack can sometimes appear as a thin line or ridge across the coin, and in some cases, it can even extend across the entire coin. While die cracks may not be as rare as double dies or off-center strikes, they can still make a 2001 quarter much more valuable to collectors. Now, you might be asking yourself, how can I tell if I have one of these rare error coins in my possession? The key is to closely inspect the details of the coin. Look for any signs of doubling in the text or images. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the lettering, especially around the date and the word Liberty. Check the edges of the coin for any signs of misalignment, such as an off-center design or a die crack running through the coin. If you notice any of these unusual characteristics, you may have found an error coin that is worth far more than just 25 cents. The value of a 2001 quarter can vary widely depending on the type of error, the rarity of the coin, and its condition. A regular 2001 quarter is worth its face value of 25 cents, but if you find a rare error coin, you could be holding on to something much more valuable. In fact, a 2001 quarter with a significant error, like a double die or off-center strike, can be worth up to $78,000. That's right, $78,000. It's incredible to think that a simple quarter could be worth so much, but that's the magic of coin collecting. Coins with minting errors are highly prized because they are unique, and they tell the story of a mistake that occurred during the production process. For collectors, owning one of these rare error coins is like owning a piece of history, but finding one of these rare coins isn't as easy as just picking a quarter out of your change jar. The chances of finding a 2001 quarter with a significant error are slim, but they're not impossible. Many collectors spend years searching through their spare change or purchasing coins from dealers who specialize in rare and error coins. If you're determined to find one of these valuable 2001 quarters, it's worth taking the time to carefully examine each coin you come across. In conclusion, the 2001 United States quarter dollar may seem like just another piece of pocket change, but for those in the know, it could be worth a small fortune. Whether it's a double die, off-center strike, or die crack, these rare minting errors can cause the value of a 2001 quarter to soar to incredible heights. If you happen to find one of these error coins in your collection, it could be worth as much as $78,000. So the next time you come across a 2001 quarter, don't just toss it aside, take a closer look. You never know, you might just have a hidden treasure in your hands. Top 2. But what if I told you that a quarter from 2002 could be worth tens of thousands of dollars? That's right, your pocket change could actually be hiding a rare treasure, and the 2002 US quarter is one of those coins that could be worth much more than you think. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating world of the 2002 quarter dollar, uncover its potential value, and explain why some of these coins could sell for a jaw-dropping price. The 2002 quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's popular 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999 and ran through 2008. This program was designed to honor each of the 50 states by featuring a unique design on the back of each quarter. In 2002, 5 states were represented: Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, and Mississippi. Each state's design was chosen to reflect something significant about its history, culture, or natural beauty. From the birthplace of rock and roll in Tennessee to the famous New Orleans jazz culture in Louisiana, the designs featured on these quarters are a reflection of the rich diversity that makes the United States so unique. But while the designs are beautiful, it's the rare errors that occurred during the minting process that have made certain 2002 quarters highly valuable. Now, you might be wondering, what kind of errors are we talking about? Well, when coins are minted, they go through a precise process of being struck by the press that imprints the design. Sometimes, though, something goes wrong. And when something goes wrong, what's produced is a coin that's far more special than the rest. These errors are what makes certain 2002 quarters extremely valuable to collectors. One of the most sought-after errors on a 2002 quarter is the double die. A double die occurs when the design on the coin is struck twice, either by the same die or by a misaligned die. This causes parts of the design to appear blurry or doubled. The year 2002 or the word Liberty might appear twice, and in some cases, the doubling is noticeable on the state's image or other text as well. The more pronounced and obvious the doubling is, the more valuable the coin becomes. A quarter that features this double die error can be worth significantly more than just 25 cents. Another error that makes the 2002 quarter valuable is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin is not perfectly aligned with the press, causing the design to be struck off-center. Sometimes, part of the design might even be missing from the coin entirely. Off-center strikes are considered highly collectible because they are so unusual. The more extreme the off-center strike, the higher the coin's value. If you come across a 2002 quarter that's missing part of the design or has a strikingly off-center image, you could be holding a rare find. Die cracks are also a common error that can increase a coin's value. A die crack occurs when the die used to strike the coin develops a crack. When a coin is stamped with this cracked die, it can leave a thin line or ridge across the coin. These cracks are often visible in the design and can create a truly unique look. While die cracks are not as rare as double dies or off-center strikes, they still add value to the coin, especially if the crack is large or appears in a prominent area. So, how do you identify a valuable 2002 quarter? Start by closely examining the design. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to get a clear look at the lettering, especially around the date 2002 and the word Liberty. Look for any signs of doubling, such as blurry or overlapping text. Also, check the edges of the coin for any misalignment that might suggest an off-center strike. If you find a die crack running through the design, this could also be an indicator that the coin is worth more than face value. Now, let's talk about the exciting part. How much could a 2002 quarter be worth if you find one with an error? The value of a coin with an error can vary greatly depending on the type of error and its severity. A regular 2002 quarter is worth just 25 cents, but error coins can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In some cases, a 2002 quarter with a noticeable and rare error can sell for as much as $76,000. Yes, you heard me right, $76,000. That's a staggering amount of money for a coin that you might think is just another quarter in your pocket. Why are these error coins worth so much? The key to their value lies in rarity. Coins that have been struck with errors are incredibly rare, and in the world of coin collecting, rarity equals value. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have unique characteristics or flaws, and the 2002 quarter, with its potential for errors, is a perfect example of this. Each coin tells a story, one of a mistake made during the minting process, which makes it all the more special to collectors. If you're lucky enough to find a 2002 quarter with an error, it's important to take good care of it. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that are in mint or near mint condition, with little wear and tear, will always fetch a higher price than those that are scratched up or damaged. If you find an error coin, be sure to store it carefully, preferably in a protective case, and avoid handling it too much to preserve its value. The chances of finding a rare 2002 quarter with a significant error may be slim, but it's certainly worth keeping an eye out for. It could be hiding in your spare change, waiting for you to discover its true worth. You can also search through online auctions, coin shops, and shows where collectors often buy and sell rare coins. Keep in mind that while the price of these error coins can be high, it's also essential to get them authenticated by a professional grading service to ensure their legitimacy. In conclusion, the 2002 US quarter might seem like just another coin in circulation, but for collectors, it holds the potential for something far more valuable. From double die errors to off-center strikes, the 2002 quarter is a coin that has the potential to fetch impressive amounts of money. If you find one of these error coins, it could be worth as much as $76,000. So, the next time you're sifting through your change, take a moment to examine those 2002 quarters closely. You might just be holding onto a hidden gem. Top 3. Imagine this: you're going through your pocket change or flipping through a coin jar, and you come across a quarter from the year 2000. You might think nothing of it, but what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth tens of thousands of dollars? That's right. A 2000 US quarter dollar, which typically holds a face value of just 25 cents, could be a hidden treasure worth far more. Stick around, because we're about to explore why this coin has become a highly sought-after collector's item and how you can determine if your 2000 quarter might be one of the rare, valuable ones. The year 2000 was a significant one for the US Mint, as it marked the continuation of the popular 50-state quarters program. This program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, featured a different state on the back of each quarter, with a unique design representing the state's history, culture, or notable landmarks. The coins from the year 2000 represent 5 different states: South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Maryland, and the first quarter of the series, Delaware. While the 2000 quarter designs themselves are interesting and meaningful, it's not the artwork that has collectors on the hunt. Instead, it's the potential for rare errors in the minting process that can turn an ordinary 2000 quarter into a highly valuable coin. These errors can happen for a number of reasons during production, and when they do, they create coins that are considered far more valuable than their face value. But what exactly are these errors, and how can they turn a regular quarter into a prized collector's item? One of the most famous and valuable types of errors that can appear on a 2000 quarter is the double die. A double die occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once by the die, resulting in a double image on the coin. This can happen with any part of the design, including the lettering, the state design, or even the date. If you happen to spot a 2000 quarter with a noticeable doubling of the date or lettering like Liberty or In God We Trust, you could be holding on to an extremely rare and valuable coin. These errors are highly prized by collectors, as they make the coin a one-of-a-kind piece. Another minting error to look out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned with the die during the minting process, resulting in a design that is struck off-center. Depending on the severity of the error, part of the design may be missing entirely, or the image may be misaligned in an interesting way. Coins with off-center strikes are always in high demand among collectors because they are so unusual and different from the typical coin. If you find a 2000 quarter that has a significant off-center strike, it could be worth much more than just a quarter. And then, there's the die crack error. Die cracks occur when the die used to stamp the coin becomes damaged, causing a crack to form in the design. When a coin is struck with a die that has a crack, it can leave a visible line or ridge across the coin. While die cracks may not be as dramatic as double die or off-center errors, they are still considered a significant minting mistake. The more prominent the crack, the more valuable the coin can become. A 2000 quarter with an interesting die crack can be worth much more than its original 25-cent value. Now, you might be asking, how do you spot these errors on a 2000 quarter? The key is to carefully examine the coin's design. For double dies, look for doubled or blurry text, especially around the date 2000 in words like Liberty or In God We Trust. Check the images on the coin, particularly the state design, and see if any part appears to be doubled or out of place. For off-center strikes, look for misalignment in the design, especially near the edges of the coin. If the design is missing part of the image or appears off-center, it could be an error coin. Finally, check for any cracks or lines in the coin's design, which could indicate a die crack. If you think you found a 2000 quarter with one of these errors, the next step is to have it professionally authenticated and graded. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value, so having it assessed by a reputable coin grading service is crucial. Coins that are in pristine condition will fetch higher prices than those that have been heavily circulated and show signs of wear. And now, here's the exciting part. How much could your 2000 quarter be worth if it has a rare error? While most 2000 quarters are worth their face value of 25 cents, error coins can fetch impressive amounts at auction. A 2000 quarter with a significant minting error can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. In some cases, a 2000 quarter with a noticeable and valuable error can sell for as much as $77,000. Yes, you read that right. $77,000 for a quarter that was once just part of your spare change. The reason these error coins are worth so much is due to their rarity. Coins with minting errors are rare by nature, and the more significant the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors are always looking for these unique pieces because they are one of a kind, and the story behind each error coin adds to its charm and allure. For many collectors, owning a rare error coin is like owning a piece of history, and the price they're willing to pay reflects the scarcity and uniqueness of these coins. So, what should you do if you suspect that you have a valuable 2000 quarter? Start by examining the coin closely for any signs of errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Once you've identified a potential error coin, take it to a professional for authentication and grading. And remember, the better the condition of the coin, the higher the price it will likely fetch. With a little bit of luck, you could have a 2000 quarter that is worth far more than its original face value. In conclusion, while most of us might dismiss a quarter from 2000 as just another piece of pocket change, it could actually be worth a fortune. Thanks to the 50-state quarters program and the potential for minting errors, some 2000 quarters can fetch prices as high as $77,000. Whether it's a double die, an off-center strike, or a die crack, these rare errors make the 2000 quarter a highly desirable item for collectors. So next time you find yourself with a 2000 quarter, don't just toss it aside, take a closer look. You might just be holding on to a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars. Top 4. Picture this: you're going through your pocket change or rummaging through a jar of old coins, and you come across a quarter from the year 2006. You might think it's just another 25-cent piece, nothing special, right? Well, you could be holding onto something that's worth far more than you ever imagined. That's right, a 2006 US quarter could be worth a lot of money, and in some cases, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Curious to find out how and why a 2006 quarter might be more valuable than just its face value? Stick with me as we uncover the secrets behind these quarters and explore the fascinating world of rare coin collecting. Let's take a quick trip back to 2006, a year where the U.S. Mint continued its famous 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program, created by the U.S. Mint, featured a different quarter design for each state, representing key elements of each state's culture, history, and landmarks. In 2006, the following states were honored: Nevada, Nebraska, Colorado, and North Dakota. Each design told a story. Nevada's quarter celebrated the famous Silver State with a depiction of a miner and a shovel, while Colorado's featured the majestic Rocky Mountains, symbolizing the state's breathtaking natural beauty. However, as much as these designs are fascinating, it's not just the artwork that has numismatists, coin collectors, buzzing. Some 2006 quarters were struck with significant errors, and these mistakes can make a coin worth a whole lot more than just 25 cents. Minting errors can happen for a variety of reasons, and it's these very errors that make certain 2006 quarters incredibly valuable. So, let's break down the most common minting errors that could turn a regular 2006 quarter into a rare, highly sought-after treasure. Point 1. Of the most exciting types of errors to look out for is the double die. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, creating a doubled or blurred design. This happens because the coin gets struck twice, often at slightly different angles, which can make the lettering or other elements of the design appear double. If you find a 2006 quarter where the year 2006 or the word Liberty looks doubled or blurry, you may have a double die error on your hands. These coins are incredibly rare and can command huge premiums from collectors. The more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins with noticeable double die errors are some of the most sought after in the coin collecting community. Another minting mistake that makes certain 2006 quarters highly collectible is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin is not aligned properly with the minting press, causing part of the design to be cut off or misaligned. When a coin is struck off-center, it can result in a quarter where the state design is incomplete or even missing altogether. These off-center strikes are considered highly collectible due to their rarity, and the more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can be. If you come across a 2006 quarter that seems to be off-center, it could be worth significantly more than just 25 cents. Then there's the die crack error. A die crack occurs when the die used to stamp the coin becomes damaged, creating a crack in the die. When a coin is struck with a cracked die, the crack can leave a visible line on the coin's design. While die cracks aren't as dramatic as double die errors or off-center strikes, they can still make a coin valuable, especially if the crack is prominent or located in an interesting part of the design. A die crack running across the state's image or through the lettering can make the 2006 quarter much more desirable to collectors. While a die crack doesn't usually bring in as much as a double die or off-center error, it can still significantly increase the value of the coin. So, how do you tell if your 2006 quarter is a rare one? The key is to take a good look at the coin and inspect it for any signs of errors. Look for any signs of doubled or blurry text, especially around the date and the word Liberty. Next, check the design carefully. Does the state image look off-center or incomplete? Are there any cracks visible in the design? Pay close attention to areas where the crack might have formed, especially around the state's name or image. If you find any of these signs, you might have a coin worth more than its face value. But here's the thing, finding a valuable coin is just the first step. Once you think you found a rare 2006 quarter, the next step is to get it authenticated and graded by a professional. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that are in excellent or near mint condition will always fetch a higher price than those that are worn or damaged. If you think you've found a coin with a significant error, sending it to a reputable coin grading service is a smart move. They'll be able to authenticate the coin and give it a grade, which will determine its overall value. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part. How much could a 2006 quarter with a rare minting error be worth? While most 2006 quarters are worth only 25 cents, those with minting errors can be worth far more. Depending on the error and the coin's condition, a 2006 quarter with a noticeable flaw could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In some cases, a 2006 quarter with a rare and significant minting error has been known to fetch up to $70,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $70,000. That's an incredible amount of money for a coin that was once considered just regular pocket change. So why are these error coins worth so much? It all comes down to rarity. Minting errors are unusual by nature, and the more pronounced the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors prize these coins because they are unique, and having a rare error coin in their collection is like owning a piece of history. The 2006 quarter, with its potential for errors like the double die, off-center strikes, and die cracks, is a perfect example of how a small mistake during production can turn an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable treasure. To wrap it all up, the 2006 US quarter might just look like another piece of pocket change, but in reality, it could be a hidden gem. From double die errors to off-center strikes, there are several rare minting mistakes that can turn a 2006 quarter into a highly sought-after coin worth thousands of dollars. If you're lucky enough to find one with a significant error, it could be worth as much as $70,000. So, next time you're going through your change, make sure to take a closer look at your 2006 quarters. You could be holding onto a valuable treasure without even realizing it.